Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to another weekly live trading webinar on Monday, the 2nd of Feb, as we discuss live trading strategies, risk management, and the beginning of the week market analysis and outlook. Now, before we continue, just bringing the fact that any opinions, news, research, prices, analysis, or information discussed in this webinar or presented in this presentation or linked to this presentation is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute as investment advice. If you're looking for investment advice, please make sure you contact your regular or your regulated financial advisor. For those of you who haven't met me, my name is Dumelo. I am a senior market analyst at CWG Markets South Africa, and I'll be taking you through this webinar today as we analyze the markets and have an outlook on what is happening at the beginning of the week. Now, to stay up to date with what's happening in the market, please make sure that you subscribe to this Telegram channel where daily posts of daily tips, analysis, and information is posted on a regular basis every single day. So subscribe and make sure you're up to date with analysis. For those of you who have just heard about CWG Markets and are looking to start trading with CWG Markets does have a welcome deposit bonus, which is 100% welcome deposit bonus, where you can double your deposit and double your trading power, where you have the opportunity to enjoy 100% deposit bonus on every deposit on your trading account up to $1,000. So you can double your funds, increase your margin, and have more equity to grow your account in the most quickest way possible. But as we discussed, we will be having an outlook of the markets starting this week. And to do that, what we'll do is we'll start on MetaTrader 5, MT5, as we look at some of the biggest gainers and losses for the day, just to have an outlook of what to pay attention to for the week. So starting with the currencies side of things, if we start with the biggest gainers of the day, as we can see, biggest gainers include around GBP, CHF, some of the biggest gainers for today. Biggest losses, we've got crude oil. You've also got Brent crude oil as well as gold and silver. And then if we move over to our indices, we have NASDAQ, some of the biggest losses for the day, as well as S&P 500. And gainers, we've got FRA 40, CAC 40 as well. So we'll have a look at that as well. Then we move along over to our cryptocurrencies. Crypto, if we look at some of the biggest losses, okay, we've got Ethereum XET USD. It's one of the biggest losses for today. And if we go over to the biggest gainers, we've got quite a few here. We've got ADA USD, which is Cardano. We've got Solana as well as XRP. That is some of the symbols and assets we'll look at for today. So now that we have that in the bag, let's switch over to our charts. We'll switch over to the charts over here, and we'll start with currencies. Starting with the first here is we'll start with US oil, which is WTI crude oil. So crude oil has now opened the week, testing our major support level now at the 61.74 level of support, which is a previous level of resistance that price broke through and is now retesting as the major support level. So a bounce off this level, okay, as we can see structurally, we have a pullback in this upward move, indicates here a bounce off this level, continue this upward move or this upward trend, where the next resistance is the resistance zone between the 65.61 and 65.21 zone of major resistance on US oil. Other than that, a break and close below this level could see a deeper pullback in this pullback over here, or could be the start of a potential reversal to the downside, with the next major support sitting at the 58.46 level on US oil. Next up, we move over to gold, which is XAU USD. So gold XAU USD. Right. So we had price has opened the week, okay, and has spiked all the way down, breaking through our psychological support here at the 4,700, 600, as well as the major supports at the 4,532 level. Again, price has tested the level and attempted to break, but as we can see, has starting to pull back up, indicating here from this potential price action pattern. This is indicating we've got a two-prone price action pattern here, where we've got a lower high and a lower low, giving a potential bounce low or ring low formation, as well as a low test bar or a pin bar formation, indicating a weakening in this selling momentum to the downside, which indicates a potential reversal to the upside. So if price fails to close below our 4,600, 4,532 level and closes in this 4,800, 4,700 support zone, obstacle support, then this could indicate a potential reversal back to the upside, where this could open up doors for price to reverse back up and retest our resistance here, which is a psychological level at 5,400. But a close below this zone, the 4,800, 4,700 zone, or even the zone below here, which is the 4,600, 4,532 zone, a close below that indicates now a potential reversal of the momentum to the downside, with the next major support sitting at the 4,317 level of support that price could retest on this reversal back to the downside. Okay, but keep an eye on this, as this bar will indicate what the potential move is for the next few days. So that's gold and oil. Next up, we'll move over to the currency side of things. So let's look at the currencies, starting with AUD USD. We can see AUD USD is currently testing our major support here at the 0.6912 level, and this is a pullback in this upward move that we see here, a break and a retest of a previous resistance, now support level. So a bounce off this level continues this upward momentum, with the next major resistance sitting at the 0.7133 level. However, a break and a close below sees a deeper pullback in this upward move, or the start of a potential reversal to the downside, with the next major support sitting at the 0.6736 level of support on AUD USD. So that's Aussie dollar. The next currency pair we're going to look at is CAD, USD CAD. So USD CAD, we've got price testing the 1.3670 level, which is a previous level of resistance or previous level of support that price broke through and is now retesting. Now, bounce off this level continues this downward momentum and this downward trend, which opens up doors for price to come all the way down and test the next support, which is the major level at the 1.3430 level. However, failure to remain below this level, where a break above this level could see a deeper pullback in this downward move, or the start of a potential reversal, which this reversal could see price reversing and eyeing a retest of the resistance at the major level of 1.3913 on USD CAD, dollar CAD. Now, if we look at the current price action, or the price bar that we have at the current moment, so this bar we have here is giving us a higher high and a higher low, which is a bounce low or a bounce high or ring high formation, which is a selling price action signal to catch the trend to the downside. As well as if we look at the bar, it's potentially setting up a high test bar or a pin bar, which is a potential price action pattern, which indicates a weakening of this bullish move over here, and a potential for a reversal to the downside. So this is a price action pattern where you can use this as an indicator to catch a sell, a potential sell to the downside here on USD CAD. Okay, so that's dollar CAD. Next up, we've got USD JPY, which is dollar yen. So dollar yen started the week breaking our major resistance level here at the 154.68 level. This break of this resistance, which is a previous level of support that price broke then retested, close above this level indicates a start of a potential reversal to the upside, which then opens doors for price to reverse back up and retest the next major resistance, which is at the 159.06 level. However, failure to close above this level, a close below, indicates here a potential for price to continue to the downside, where this opens up doors for price to test the support here at the 152.16 level. Again, what is this price action pattern showing us? It's showing us a higher high, higher low, which is a bounce higher ringed higher formation, and a pin bar setup here, or a high test bar setup as well, which is a potential reversal sign to catch this downward momentum to the next major support level. And this is USD JPY. Next, we've got Euro Aussie, Euro AUD. So Euro AUD, what I want to do here is delete this one over here. So basically what we have is, not delete, we've got price is currently testing our major resistance level, which is a previous level of support that price, as we can see, broke through and is retesting at the current moment. And it's retesting this major resistance level, which is at the 1.7064 level. Now, as you can see, the momentum here is to the downside, as we've got lower highs, lower lows, with a downward trend setting up here. And this retest of this resistance is giving us a pullback in this downward move, with a potential for a trend continuation here to the downside. Because as you can see, the current bar, again, a bounce off this level, continues this downward trend, where it eyes the next major support here, which is at the 1.6984 level, but a break below then continues to the next major support, which is a zone between the 1.6866 and the 1.6835 zone of support on Euro Aussie. Now, this bar over here, same thing, is giving us higher high, higher low, which is a ringed high or a bounce high formation, and a potential pin bar or high test bar setup, which is signaling a weakening of this upward momentum and a potential for a reversal to the downside over here, which then opens up doors for price to retest 1.6984 support, or a continuation of the trend to test the support zone at the bottom over there. That's if price bounces off this resistance level. However, if price closes above this level, then this could signal a deeper pullback or a start of a potential reversal to the upside, with the next major resistance to the upside sitting at the 1.7279 level of resistance on Euro AUD. Next, we've got EuroCAD. So EuroCAD, we have price currently testing our major support level here at the 1.6118 level, with a signal from a previous price action bar here. This signal, we had a lower high, lower low setup, which is a potential bounce low formation, as well as price bouncing off this level, failing to close below this level. What this indicates is a potential for price to reverse off this level, opening up doors for price to continue to the upside and test the next major resistance, which is at the 1.6413 level on EuroCAD. However, a break below this support and a close then sees further support here at the 1.6080 level of support, but a break below then opens doors for price to retest the support here, which is a major level at the 1.6035 level of support on EuroCAD. So major support that price has to face through before continuing this downward momentum below. That is on EuroCAD. Next up, we've got EuroCHF, which is one of the biggest gainers for the day. So EuroCHF, as we can see, price currently testing our major resistance level, which is a previous level of support that price broke through and retested at the 0.9212 level. Again, a bounce off this level continues this downward momentum, as we can see over here, which opens up doors for price to come back down and retest our psychological support here at the 0.9160 as well as the 0.9140 level of psychological support on Euro CHF. However, failure to remain below this level, where we have a break above and a close above this level, indicates a deeper pullback or even a start of a trend reversal, which then potentially opens up doors for price to reverse back to the upside and retest our resistance at the 0.9323 level on Euro CHF. Okay, so that's Euro CHF. Next, we've got Euro GBP. Okay, here against the cable, and as we can see, price is currently, what we have here is our major support level now turned resistance here at the 0.8654 level, as well as a support level here at 0.8641 level, which is a level that price is currently ranging within. So what we have here is obviously we've got a break and a retest of this level, where a retest of this level, a bounce off this level, sees price rejecting this level and coming to test the bottom of the range here at the 0.8620, 0.8641 level. However, break below the bottom of the range there, then opens up doors for price to continue this downward momentum, with the next major support sitting at the 0.8620 level. However, failure to close above or below this level, or close above this level, okay, indicates a bounce off this zone, which opens up doors for a potential reversal to the upside, with the next major resistance at the 0.8714 level on Euro GBP. So a very key zone to pay attention to, as how price reacts on the zone will determine the moves for the next coming few days. That's Euro GBP. Next up, we've got Euro NZD. Euro Kiwi price has rejected our major support level here at the 1.9624 level. So this bounce off this support level, okay, opens up doors for a potential pullback from this downward momentum, or a potential start of a trend reversal, where this reversal to the upside eyes the next major resistance here at the 2.0102 level on Euro NZD. However, if price can manage to break below and close below this level, then this opens up doors for price to continue, as we said, if it's just a minor pullback in this trend. A break below this level continues its downward momentum, and the next major support is sitting at the 1.9543 level on Euro NZD. So GBP Aussie, so GBP AUD is currently testing our major resistance level, which is a previous level of support that price broke through and retested at the 1.9686 level. Again, a bounce off this level sees a continuation of this downward momentum or this downward trend, opening up doors for price to continue to the downside and test the next major support here, which is at the 1.9268 level, with the current bar setting up a potential, as we can see here, higher high, higher low setup, which is a ringed high bounce high formation, which is a price action pattern indicating a potential to sell and catch this pullback and the continuation of this downward move on GBP NZD. However, if price closes above this level, then we could face a deeper pullback where price could retest the resistance here at the 1.9789 level, where we could have a deeper pullback and a retest of the resistance before price actually continues back to the downside or gives us signals of a reversal back to the upside. So two key levels of resistance here that may determine where price moves for the next few days when we catch up on Wednesday. So that's GBP AUD. Next, we've got GBP CHF, which is another one of our biggest gainers for the day. So GBP CHF currently testing our major resistance level, which is a previous level of support that price broke through at the 1.0615 level, where a bounce off this level continues price to the downside and opens up doors for price to retest the support here at the 1.0527 level. However, a break above and a close above this level could see a potential start of a reversal to the upside, with price eyeing and opening up an opportunity to test the next major resistance at the 1.0747 level on GBP CHF. Next, we've got GBP NZD. GBP NZD currently testing our major support zone here at between 2.2705 and 2.2682 zone of support. As you can see, price failed to break and close below this level, indicating a potential of a bounce and a reversal of this downward momentum. So a bounce off this level could see a pullback in this downward move, or the start of a potential reversal to the upside, with the next major resistance sitting at the 2.3003 level. But if price can manage to break and close below the support zone, then this opens up doors for price to continue this downward momentum on this downward trend, opening up doors for price to continue to the downside and test the next major support, which is at the 2.2332 level, or 2.2324 level of support on GBP NZD. So a very key zone to pay attention to, as this will determine where the next moves are for the next few days. That's GBP NZD. Okay. Now, moving along, the next symbol we're going to look at is Euro JPY, Euro Yen. As you can see here, price is starting to range at our major support level here at the 182.91 level, with, as we can see, price failing to close below the zone, indicating a weakening of this selling momentum and a potential of a reversal to the upside, opening up doors for price to retest the resistance here, which is a zone between the 186.15 and 186.61 zone of major resistance on Euro JPY. However, if price can manage to actually break and close below this level, then this sees an opening of doors for price to continue to the downside and test the next major support, which is a zone between the 181.50 and the 181.40 zone of support on Euro JPY. Now, moving along, the next symbol we're going to look at here is AUD NZD Aussie Kiwi, with price currently testing our major support at the 1.1534 level. As you can see, a bounce off this level opens up doors for price to retest our resistance here, which is at the 1.1617 level. However, if price can manage to break and close below this level, then this opens up doors for price to continue to the downside and test the next major support, which is at the 1.1487 level of support on AUD NZD. Next up, moving along, we have S&P 500. So S&P 500, okay, ended the week testing our major resistance zone, which is sitting between the 6,977 and the 7,000 psychological level. And this zone, price failed to break and close above this level, indicating a potential rejection or a bounce off this zone, which opens up doors for price to reverse to the downside to retest our support all the way down here at the 6,721 level. However, if price can manage to break above the zone and close above the zone, then this opens up doors for price to continue to the upside over there, where this opens up doors for price to test the next resistance level, which is a psychological level at the 7,100 level on S&P 500. Next up, we've got BTC USD. So Bitcoin, we've got price testing our major support level here at the 76,332 level, where a bounce off this level could see a pullback in this downward move, a minor pullback in this downward move, or a potential start of a reversal, which opens up doors for price to retest our resistance zone here between the 84,889 and the 85,670 zone of resistance on BTC USD. But a break and a close below this level continues this downward move, opening up doors for price to test our next support, which is at the 72,998 level on BTC USD. Okay. Now, moving along, let's have a quick look here at our indices. Starting with, we've already done S&P 500, but we'll have a look here at FRA 40, which is the CAC. So FRA 40 what we have over here is just an update of our major support and resistance levels. Okay, so basically we have price currently testing our major support here at this 8,066 level with an indication of a potential bounce off this level. This bounce opens up doors for potential reversal of price to the upside, which opens up doors for price to retest our resistance, which is at the 88,378 level of resistance. But if price manages to break below this level and close below, we still face further support here at the 8,026 level, where a break below this level then continues or confirms this downward momentum, where the next major support is sitting at the 7,875 level of support on FRA 40. Now, next we're going to look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, so we've got Ethereum over there. So let's do this quick. So Ethereum, that's Ethereum Classic. So looking at the wrong one here. So Ethereum is this one over here. So there we go. So just update on this. We have price currently testing our major support level here at the 2,229 level of support, where a bounce off this support over here could see a minor pullback in this downward momentum, or could be the start of a potential trend reversal, where the reversal could eye a retest of our resistance level here at the 2,771 level. However, break below the support, continue this downward momentum, opening up doors for price to test the next support here, which is at the 2,070 level, 2,070 level of support on Ethereum as well. And then next we'll look at XRP. So XRP, first what we need to do is update our major levels here. So XRP is currently testing a major level of support here at the 1.5910 level, this 1.5910 level, where a bounce off this level could see a minor pullback in this downward momentum or this downward move, or the start of a potential reversal to the upside, where we could see either a deeper pullback into this major resistance zone between the 1.7990 and the 1.8108 level of resistance zone on XRP USD. But if we manage to get a break and a close below this level, then this continues this downward momentum, which then opens up doors for price to retest or test the next major support level here on the 1.3912 level of support on XRP USD. Okay, so that's XRP USD. Now, that over there is going to be our outlook on our currency pairs for the day as well, where we will also have the opportunity to catch up on Wednesday, which Wednesday will be the 4th of Feb. We can have a midweek catch up on Wednesday to see where the market is setting up before we have a look on Friday, which is NFP. We will be trading NFP live on Friday as well. So this week we'll have 3 webinars today, Wednesday, and Friday, which Friday will be the 6th of Feb as well. So make sure you keep that in your calendar so that you are aware of the webinars that are happening this week. But for those of you that do want to trade with CWG markets, did you know that a minimum deposit of $10 gets you access to a high leverage multi-asset trading account with CWG markets? Just a minimum deposit of $10 gets you access to our CWG markets Cent account, where you can make professional trading more efficient with MetaTrader 5 and CWG markets. Having access to diverse trading products, including FX, indices, commodities, stocks, stock indices, as well as cryptocurrencies, with products giving you ultra low spreads with MetaTrader 5 and the CWG Cent account, as well as leverage up to 1:1000, and EA automation supports enabled as well. So just with a minimum deposit of $10 gets you access to this high leverage multi-asset trading account with CWG markets. So scan the QR code that you see on the screen there to get access to apply and open a CWG Cent account and get trading with us at CWG markets. As well as once you've done that, also have the opportunity to get access to a 100% welcome deposit bonus, where you can enjoy a 100% bonus on every deposit on your trading account up to $1,000, where you can double your funds, increase your margin, as well as increase your equity on your account to increase the probabilities of growing your account in the most efficient way possible with CWG markets as well. So that is going to be it for today. If you did enjoy the session, please do us a favor, and your feedback is appreciated. So if you scan the QR code that you see on the screen there and fill in the review form, leave us a review of the session today, and this will help us to make sure that our webinars and our education providings are up to a high standard, because as one of the lead educational brokers in the country, we want to make sure that we keep our education up to par. So leave us a review, and if you'd like to contact me, then you're more than welcome to send me an email or send me a direct message on WhatsApp. We can follow the links that you see on the screen or scan the QR codes on the screen there to get access to get in contact with me, where you can ask me any questions that you want or suggest any topics that you'd like to be discussed in future webinars. So that's going to be it from me today. We'll catch up again on Wednesday, the 4th of Feb for a midweek analysis and midweek update of the market. And other than that, enjoy the rest of your day and see you in a few days. Bye for now.